Hello, welcome to Fun with Scratch. My name is Benji, and today we'll be learning how to make, add, and customize a sprite for our future programming projects. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is a sprite? Is it a type of soda or a type of fairy? Now, sprites we're learning about today are the images on a Scratch screen. Every Scratch program has two parts, the images and the instructions that control them. Sprites are the images that help you make creative stories and projects. To explore different sprites, let's sign into our account. Now once you're on the home screen, you can click on your username profile to open the menu in the top right hand corner. So right here. And now I can click on My Stuff to have access to your old projects. So click on My Stuff, and these are all your old projects. I'm going to use the project that we created in Video 2, Remote Control Cat. But you'll notice that, see inside. You gotta click see inside to change a project. Now you'll notice that we already have a sprite here. This Scratch Cat is the original sprite, but let's add a new one. So click on the blue button with a cat face and a plus sign on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So right here, this one. And you'll notice there's going to be a lot of options. You can choose whatever you want to add to your program by clicking on it. That will add it to your stage and take you back to your program. If there's something you want to find, you can also type it in the search bar. Personally, my favorite animal is a snake. So I'm going to search snake. Oh, that looks good. Click that. And perfect. There it is. So once you have a sprite, you can change how it looks. I want to change the size of my snake. So can you predict what happens if you change the size number in the menu below the sprite? Right here, what's going to happen if I change the size 100 to, say, 200? Oh, it gets really big. Did you guess right? Or I could maybe change it down to 5. See what happens. Oh, it's tiny now. Yeah. So I'm going to change it back to 100. Its original size. You can also play around with the color and look of your sprite. At the top left-hand corner of the screen, there are 3 tabs. Click on the second tab labeled Costumes. It has a paintbrush next to it. So this tab, click that. Now, click on the part of your sprite that you would want to change the color of. So next, find the Fill option and click. Feel free to play around with the colors. The first section lets you change the color. The second section lets you change how saturated or transparent you want the color to be. And the third section lets you change how bright the color is. So if I want my snake to be pink, I just click on the section that I want to change, click on Fill, and now I can change the color to maybe around here. Maybe change that brightness a little bit up so it's more pinkish. And look, now I have a pink snake. Remember, saturation just makes it more or less faded. So I'm going to leave that around 50. You can also change the color of the lines in your sprite. Maybe I want my snake to look more like a cartoon, so I'm going to make the lines dark. I'm selecting the entire snake and clicking Outline. So the entire snake, clicking Outline. And then I'm going to make the brightness all the way down to 0. Now, that means that when brightness is at 0, it's just going to produce black. So, now the outline of my snake is black. There are infinite combinations of sprites, colors, and outlines you can create. Have fun designing yours. So each sprite can have many costumes. The snake I chose happens to have 3 preset costumes already. 3 different shapes which are on the left side of the screen. So this is the first one that I've been editing. This is the first costume. There's also this costume. And then this costume. But we can make our own costumes. When I right-click on the first costume, which is labeled Snake A, so this one, right-click it, and then click Duplicate. With a new duplication, I can make a new costume. Now, a costume doesn't have to look like something you dress up in for Halloween. For example, the 3 different ways the snake is shaped are considered costumes in Scratch. Even just changing the color is a new costume. I'm going to change my snake purple to make a purple costume. So, change this to maybe less brightness. Ooh, that's the, I didn't click anything. Remember, you gotta click the body. Change this. Make it darker. That's black, but this is more purple. Right? So now I have a purple snake costume as well as a pink snake costume. Okay, we can also draw on our costumes. I want to give my snake a hat, but you could draw anything you want on your sprite. click on the paintbrush icon on the left menu of the duplicate costume. So, on this purple one, click on the paintbrush icon. Alright, now you can change the size of your paintbrush or the color. I'm going to do just black for now. And say maybe, I don't know, I want to draw a hat on my snake. So I'm going to do a little like, oops, that's alright. Up, down, there's a little hat. Now you can always undo it if you need to. There we go. This back button right here undoes the last thing you did. So if you don't like to draw, you can also add shapes to your costume. Now look on the menu on the left side of the screen. You can add a rectangle, a line, rectangle, or a circle. I'm going to put a few circles on the top of my snake's hat just for fun. So grab this circle, and I'm just going to click it and drag. There we go. There's one circle. There's another circle. Now right now we're just going to create a new circle if we click it again. So instead, go back to the cursor if you want to, say, alter the position of the circles or move them a little bit. Alright, that's all for this episode. Now you've customized your first sprite and created your first costumes. You can use these sprites in your code to tell a story. Next week we will code a scene with a dialogue and movement. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching Fun with Scratch.